Hi everyone, in this video, we'll be discussing item selection. This section allows you to add new items and control their type, shape, distribution ratio, and other properties that we'll cover shortly. We have two main types of items. First, we have primitives, which are a collection of ready-to-use items that come bundled with the script, so you can use them without needing any external objects. Second, we have custom shapes, which are external shapes that you can draw or import. There are also subtypes of custom shapes that are handled a bit differently, and we will discuss those as well. Let's start by creating a new pattern to explain further. First, it's important to clarify that any item you add will be automatically scaled according to the item sizes previously set in the array options for both the X and Y axes. In addition to the default items, there are additional experimental ones that are not visible by default in version 1.4. To show them, go to Globals and select Show Experimental Features. Now, if we go back, we'll find them available. Alright, let's start with primitives. To add a new item, click the plus icon, then select Primitive and make your selection. You'll find over 40 ready-to-use shapes. Select any shape you want and then click Add to add it to the list. If you want to replace all current items, check the Replace Current option, choose your new shape, and click Add. Each time you add a new shape, it will replace the current items. To delete a single item, select it and click the minus icon. This deletes the selected item, reverting to the default state. If you have multiple items and want to delete them all at once, click the trash can icon. A confirmation message will appear. Choose Yes, and all items will be deleted. Let's add a couple of items to demonstrate the distribution types. We have several distribution options by weight, random, and expression. The by weight mode depends on the weight's value assigned to each item. For example, if we have a triangle and a rectangle, we can set the distribution ratio to 90% for the triangle and 10% for the rectangle. The script will then apply this distribution. Let's scale the pattern to see it more clearly. As you can see, the triangle appears about 90% of the time, while the rectangle appears 10%. You can also change the seed to alter the distribution's appearance while maintaining the specified ratios. Of course, these ratios must be logical to be executed correctly. Next up is the random distribution mode. This distributes the items completely randomly without adhering to any specific ratios. You can also change the seed here to get different random arrangements. Then we have the expression mode. We'll cover this in more detail in the effects section, but let's take a quick look. For instance, with a triangle and a rectangle, if we set the expression to 1 followed by 2, the script will create the first column using item number 1 and the second column using item number 2. You can create any expression you like. For example, 1, then 2, 2, 2 will result in a pattern with one column of the first item followed by 3 columns of the second. That was a quick overview, and we'll revisit expressions later. Alright, let's now talk about custom shapes, our second main type. We have some ready examples to use. To add a custom shape, select the shape in your scene. Click the plus icon and choose Custom Shape. The shape will be added to your pattern. A custom shape needs to be a flat, properly closed shape without any self-intersections. For the best results, it should also be tileable. Now, you might notice a couple of problems. First, there are gaps between the shapes. This is caused by the spacing, which is set to 1 centimeter. If we simply set it to 0, the gap problem is solved, and the shapes will tile perfectly. The second problem is that the length to width ratio of the pattern items doesn't match the original shape. To fix this, simply right-click on the custom shape in the list and choose the last option, Fit Width-Length Ratio to Shape Ratio. This adjusts the item's dimensions to match the original shape's ratio. For a perfect match, you can also disable the Force Equals option in the array settings. Now the ratio is identical to the original custom shape, and it should be perfectly adjusted. Before moving on, I want to clarify the item order. When you add items, they are numbered sequentially. You can change this order using the up and down arrows. For example, you can select the triangle and move it down. This order is crucial when using the expression distribution, as the expression uses the item numbers from this list. If we change the order, the pattern will update accordingly, taking the new first item for the first part of the expression. This is a crucial point to understand when working with the expression feature. Now let's discuss another item type, characters from text object. This feature extracts characters from any text object and treats each character as an individual custom shape. To use it, select a valid text object in your scene. If you select a regular shape, you'll get an error message, invalid selection. Please select a text object to continue. Once you select the text object and choose the option, the script will convert each character, A, B, and C, into a separate custom shape. You may notice the ratio of the letters in the pattern doesn't match the original text. Since each character can have a different ratio, we can't use the fit ratio option we used before. Instead, we have another option, lock XY ratio for all custom shapes. A confirmation message will appear. Choose yes. The script will then adjust all custom shapes to preserve their original aspect ratios within the item's boundaries. This option locks the ratio, so no matter how you change the item sizes, the character shapes will scale proportionally. You can use any characters, not just letters or numbers. Simply select the text and add them in the same way. This feature gives you the power to create unique patterns using text characters. In the built-in presets, you'll find a text category with examples of what can be achieved, from numbers and letters to symbols and entire text blocks. Next, we have an experimental feature, convex or concave from another pattern. This allows you to use an entire pattern as a single custom shape in another pattern. Let me explain. Imagine we have a pattern created on a 40 centimeter by 40 centimeter plane. We can design a complex pattern here, for example, a concave pattern using gradient effect on scale. Now, I want to use this entire generated pattern as a single item in our larger pattern. This is where pick from another pattern comes in. We can choose convex from another pattern or concave from another pattern. If you choose convex, it will take the convex level. If you choose concave, it will take concave level. Since our source pattern is concave, we must choose the corresponding option. A warning will appear, noting that this is an experimental feature and may slow down 3ds Max. After confirming, the pattern is added as a new custom shape. We can then apply effects to it, like a random flip on the X or Y axis, to create even more variation. Using this method, you can create complex, multi-layered patterns that would be nearly impossible to achieve with conventional techniques. However, remember that this is an experimental feature and can be slow, so use it carefully with large areas. Finally, a few more details about custom shapes. When you right-click on a custom shape in the list, you have several options. You can lock or unlock the XY ratio for an individual shape. A locked shape will have an L next to its name. You also have Select in Scene. This option will find and select the original source shape for you. If the shape is part of a preset and not present in your scene, This option will extract it and place it at the origin point, allowing you to edit it. We also have a section for visibility. You can hide all items by clicking the main icon. However, its primary function is to be used with effects. For example, applying a random effect to visibility will hide items randomly, which is very useful for many types of patterns. You can also use an expression to hide and show columns in a specific sequence. Lastly, this button opens a new window for managing materials and mapping, which we will explain in a separate video. So, in this video, we have covered the item selection panel in detail. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.